and go around real quick, and you can just get a quick breeze for who's all with me today.
Sure.
I'm Pat Lupo. I'm with the Benedictine Sisters. I teach at our neighborhood art house, so I do a lot of work with kids, and I'm involved with a lot of environmental groups. And I think we really need Senator Laughlin to come on board with this particular bill, which was introduced by a Republican, and to try to bring all of his friends along with him so that we can move this agenda forward. I think we're doing a lot locally in the community to educate people and bring them to this point, but we need our political leaders also to help us create the political will.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Missy Laurie. I live in Girard, West County, and it's my first time here. Pleased to meet you, Matt. And remember when Mr. Laughlin was standing by Barnes and Nobles with his poster jumping up and down before he got elected, and his Carhartts there. So I really would appreciate your support on the bill. I'm very concerned about the environment. I'm concerned for my sake, for my children's sake, for my grandchildren. You know, I don't know what sort of world it's going to be when they grow up, because everything's getting hotter and wetter, and bushfires, the wildfires are getting worse, and the storms are getting more severe. So yeah, I really think we need to.
I'm a Cuban American and also a Navy veteran, and I volunteer with the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources at Presque Isle. I've always believed that we have to leave the world a better place than when we came into it, and obviously fossil fuels have done some harm, and the sooner we can switch to renewable energies, the better. The technology's there and only going to get better, and the jobs are there. There's more jobs in renewable energies in the state of Pennsylvania than there are in the fossil fuel industry right now. So,
And I'm Sam Miller. I was born and raised in Erie here, and met Dan a couple times. He was at the Arcannon University's birthday celebration with his wife. But this climate change thing has got me going. I've got 6 great grandchildren, and they're all under 10. By the time 2050 rolls around, they're still going to be young adults. And it really bothers me that this earth is crumbling around us because of climate change. And do you have a position yourself on climate change? Are you a climate denier or not?
No, I'm not a denier. I believe the scientists are there for a reason to do their research, and I think that you can't deny that it's happening. I don't know. I won't be the one that tells you exactly why that's happening, but it's happening. So I think that we have to be mindful of that as we're making decisions about renewables and moving in that direction.
Well, from my engineering background, I know what's causing it. The carbon dioxide and the methane that's fugitive methane from the gas wells in Pennsylvania here primarily. And it just bugs me. I would like you to pass that on to Dan,
Okay.
if you could. Just my thoughts about the whole situation.
Certainly.
And thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being here. I appreciate you all making the trip. I know it's a long drive. So.
Long drive.
Yes.
This was in the Erie paper, by the way. I don't know if you mentioned,
Okay.
but that was yesterday's newspaper.
Oh, okay.
Letter, a lot of comments. I'm Ann McCarthy. I'm also a Benedictine sister. I'm with Benedictines for Peace, and I just wanted to share, especially that this the studies last November from the international studies last November, just the pace of climate change has really fueled a passion at a deeper level, and we've been involved thanks to our sister Pat Lupo for a long time. But there's just hearing a lot more urgency when Greta, the young adolescent from Switzerland, says it's a climate emergency. that's what, I'm hearing that level of passion from people that is different than it was last year. And I think at the rally that we just had, they said that was the largest rally on any issue that they've seen. The Republican senator who was co-sponsoring. So we're just really interested in Senator Laughlin's thoughts on this,
Okay.
what his questions are, what passions what fuels his passion for working for the climate, and what questions he has really.
Yeah, I'll certainly talk to him about this. I have to admit that I haven't went over this bill with him. It hasn't come, he's not on the committee, and it's not been brought to the floor yet. So with all the bills that are out there, we try to wait till advocates like yourself come in and bring it to our attention, and then we'll read over it, and we can obviously get back to you on a position. As we were talking about earlier, the senator is very supportive of solar, and I think in some fashion, we really should try to be not just all renewable, but independent of other people's help for energy and things like that, so that we don't have to rely on other countries for our energy. So I think renewables is going to be a big part of that at some point, and this is going to be. And I think we're all on board with moving to the sort of electric car models and things like that, because once that becomes affordable, I don't see why anybody wouldn't. It's getting there. I mean, you get an all-electric car now for around $30,000, so it's still expensive. But I think if we can keep moving in that direction, that would be a huge help as well. So.
And we really need to tackle the fossil fuel program, because if we look at the impacts that climate change is having, like if we just consider tourism in Erie and the impact that has had on our community for winter sports. We don't have a winter sports season anymore. We're lucky if we get 2 or 3 weeks of ice fishing on the bay, where that used to be, and that brought in a lot to the local economy. And then I think the PBS series on the sinking cities was a big eye opener. A lot of people, I didn't see all of the series, but a number of people have talked about that, and one of them was the environmental head of the health department in Erie, and so that we know the impacts that are happening, and we can't be afraid. I mean, the lobbyists for fossil fuel industry are so strong here on the Hill, but there have to be other voices that come to the forefront, and you need to help us to get that word out.
My name's Diane Esser, and I'm producing the documentary The Green Connection. So one of the things that we've realized is our challenge is that educational component, because when you go to www.climate.gov, which is NOAA, one of the things it prefaces right in the very first paragraph is that fossil fuels are the culprit. What we're addressing is resiliency and sustainability and the plan for that for the future. Our NOAA and our climate.gov are based on the WMO, which is the World Meteorological Organization, and the United Nations environmental agencies. And those agencies formed the IPCC, which formed the platform for the Paris Climate Accord. And so when you Google WMO or any of the IPCC, you see the header, the headline, which 50 years ago, our government, which is in the article that came out in the New York Times in August by Nathaniel Rich, called Losing Earth. And it tracks the history of how this all was buried in the Capitol building in Washington, report after report after report on climate and our heat index. So we're here basically knowing that we understand the science, but we also are thankful that our NOAA, our government, is completely on board with that science. And we have almost 100 videos on it's toolboxclimate.gov. So we're urging everyone that is in our government that isn't familiar with these tools, because there are tools.
Number 1 in the nation for energy sales, number 3 in the nation for energy generation, Pennsylvania has to consider how it's gonna stay on the innovative edge with 3 Mile Island closing. How exactly will we maintain our energy portfolio standard that we're currently meeting? Will that be an expansion in the AEPS? Of course, Dan making a move like 705 Senate bill definitely helps with that. Expansion upon the AEPS, things of that nature, and voting for that is what we need to see from him. Penn Environment has asked that we ask if we can see Dan in support of the 2 bills here, SB 1425 and SB 630, especially supported by Senator Killian. We would like to see Dan sign on that and stand with Penn Environment and the rest of us in support of SB 625, or 630, I apologize.
Yeah, I'll take it back to him. We'll be back in touch.
We think you'd be interested in the committee on the education and job training that's part of this, that could be especially helpful for.
We like job creation.
But yeah.
Transition.
And transition, that would be especially important for the Erie, for growth in Erie, development in Erie.
So
And
we'd
that's
be
built
glad
right
to
into
meet
the
with
bill.
him, you know, in Erie, once he's had a chance to look at it.
Yeah,
Sometimes when he's in town.
Yeah, I'm sure he would like that very much. That would just have that follow-up conversation about what, maybe he has some concerns or questions that he want to talk to you about in person.
Definitely.
So, things have been quite busy with budget and all of that, as you know. So after this, when we're in July, August,